First question, Christos Saltis.
Hello, Coach.
Hello.
I'd like to ask you, what do you expect to see from your players tonight, and how different will gonna be the look after the last night's game against the Pistons?
I expect my guys to go out and play hard. I expect it's a back-to-back, so it's definitely not an easy situation for us, but everybody goes through it, and this is our first one of the season, so we have to have an attention to detail and an energy. And guys are probably I'm not going to be able to only play 8 guys. I'm going to have to extend my rotation a little bit and give guys a few more minutes that hadn't been getting minutes. So definitely going to be conscious of the minutes that guys are playing and the energy that they're putting forth. But Dallas played a game last night, so we're on an even playing field, and we have to play well.
John Wall is available to play.
Yes, John Wall is available to play.
Thank you.
Jonathan Fagan.
Hi, was it difficult under the circumstances where you're trying to sort of get some stability to hold out Victor tonight? And I apologize if that was the first thing you addressed while I was still on with Rick. But was that a difficult balancing act between kind of wanting to get some stability in your rotation and sitting a guy?
Not really. I mean, the long-term health of Vic is most important, and that's how we're kind of moving forward with all of our guys. We're really making sure that they're being able to recover from any injuries that they've had. We have obviously John and Cuz and Vic, who are coming back from, really tough injuries and hadn't played as much coming into the season. So being smart about them taking games off occasionally or making sure that they're not playing too many minutes is just part of it. So to answer your question, is it tough? Not really, just because what's best for them is best for the group. But obviously at some point we need to have some continuity and not have a different starting lineup every night.
Does KP being out impact your starting lineup?
Yeah, is he out? I saw he's questionable. I didn't see that. Doubtful, but I didn't see that he's out.
Yeah, he's out.
He's out. Okay. No, it doesn't affect our starting. It would have affected our starting lineup if he were in, but if he's out, then we're sticking pretty much to what we had last night.
Thank you.
Adam Spollen.
Hi, Stephen. Is John coming back a little earlier than you expected, or were you guys kind of targeting this game for his return?
No, he's coming back earlier than expected. I didn't expect him to be here this weekend, but he's been working, doing individual stuff, working with the performance team, and tonight was a good night for him to come back. So it's good to have his energy on the floor, and we're gonna make sure that he's not overloaded as far as the minutes that he's going to play, but he'll be out there and it'll be good for us.
Dwayne Price.
Yeah, Stephen, congratulations on getting the head coaching job there. Could you tell us some of the things that you learned from Coach Carlisle on your journey to becoming a head coach in the NBA?
Wow, so many things I learned from Rick. He is a master when it comes to coaching the games, the actual games, and using his timeouts wisely. I know you've been here for a long time. You've seen Rick go down to the end of the game and not have any timeouts left, or have one timeout, because he always is trying to stop runs by the opposing team. That's more like the in-game stuff. But he's also so good with adaptability, depending on who's on the roster and the strengths of his team. He always gets the most out of his teams, and that's what I strive to do. And then the people part, Rick is definitely a mentor of mine, and the way that he works with the staff and works with, like, for me, example, giving me an opportunity to lead at times and grow and have some tough times and fight through adversity, he allowed me to do all those things. So I'm definitely grateful to Rick for all that he did for me.
Thank you, Steve.
Mark Berman,
Hey, Steven, could you give me your starters for tonight?
I think I might hold off on my starters tonight.
Okay.
I see you laughing, Eddie.
Adam Spolin,
Stephen, on John, do you have kind of a target for his minutes, and are you trying to keep him away from those really long stretches of 9 minutes or so?
Yeah, definitely trying to keep him away from the long stretches. But as far as the minute range, I'm gonna just keep that between John and myself.
Cody Davis,
Hey, Coach. Earlier you mentioned that, since this is going to be a back-to-back, you're going to actually extend your rotation tonight. Do that give you a little bit more of a confidence factor, knowing that you have somebody like Mason Jones down on the bench that could be able to come in and help fill in that void?
Yeah, it definitely does. Mason didn't get a large bite of the apple last night. I think he only played 3 minutes just because of the way things were kind of going. But the great thing about Mason is he's always ready to play. So he'll probably get a few more minutes tonight, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what the rotation kind of looks like based on how John is feeling and how the guard rotation works itself out. But yeah, it is a good feeling to have trust in a young kid, a rookie, who can come off the bench and give me some productive minutes.
Eddie Sefka,
Hey, Stephen. I'm sure the good folks in Houston have probably beat this one to death, but I'm wondering for you what it's been like since getting hired. And I'm sure you knew some of the things that might be coming down the pike, but obviously the franchise changed major directions, and now you're part of the new direction. And I'm just wondering how all of these changes have set with you.
It's been a learning experience first and foremost. There's just been a lot thrown at me and a lot of change, as you're saying. But it's been great. I mean, I love to coach. I love to coach basketball. I love to deal with people. I have a great group that I work with Rafael and Tillman. As far as the ownership group and the management group and all of the staff. Obviously, there's just been it started with Russ and then went to James and then COVID and just so many different factors that a lot of teams are dealing with. I mean, you look at Dallas, what they're dealing with COVID is unprecedented, and you just have to kind of figure it out and adapt on the fly and make it work. So it's been trial by fire at some level, but something that you feel good about when you kind of get through some of that stuff and actually get to the basketball coaching part of it.
Thank you.
and last question, Jonathan Fagan.
I'm sure when the schedule came out, you quick looked for Dallas on it. Is that just sort of the way things have gone, where they're just never as planned, and that when you finally get to Dallas, you're there for about 15 minutes?
For sure. I mean, so my family moved yesterday to Houston from Dallas, so we missed each other. And obviously being here, a place that's so close to my heart, but with no fans and no a lot of people you're not allowed to even shake their hand or hug. That's just different, and that's just sign of the times. And again, another part of the adaptability that we're all going through. But yeah, we're going to Dallas, but it's on a back-to-back and there's no fans, and I can't even take a walk on the Katy Trail is a downer.
Would you have even been allowed to go to your own house with the protocols and the NBA rules?
No.
Yeah, so you couldn't have gone to your own house?
No. Hotel and arena.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.